Welcome back to the Garden Gang. It's Vanity with Brew Garden Gang, Tribe of 10 Gang here on YouTube. And it's tour day. So, weekly tours. It's my goal this season. I enjoy seeing everyone else's tours. I love the inspiration, the layouts, all of the jazz, what everyone's growing. So, I want to join in on the gang. So, let's hop into it. All right, gang. We're gonna start over here with the muscadines and the herb/rose corner here. Got a lot of volunteers over there. So I harvested all the cauliflower. I've got echinacea with like plenty heads on them. And this just came back on its own. It's not a first year plant. I harvested this. The bugs. Look, I think it's oh my word. I'm finna take those off and give those to the chickens. I put a sunflower over here, but it didn't pop up. The celery from last year is going to seed. So bye-bye celery. But I may just let it like do its thing here and just like keep on. You know what I mean? I'm going to let it go to seed for sure and harvest those seeds if not, because I'm out. But so like the storms and the rain and all of that stuff, it's just been tearing up so much stuff. I came out a few times and several things were knocked over, blown, snapped. So I'm just trying to make it, y'all. Look, we're getting tore up by bugs. Luckily, it's the bottom leaves, but they will make their way on the inside. But we got cabbage there, and there. The garlic. The garlic is hanging on by a thread because of powdery mildew. So I like for my garlic to be nice dark green. It's a spider on there. Nice and dark green. And I've had to spray it as well. I just sprayed it. So it does have a extra like grayish coat. And but you can see how these bottom leaves are like bending and splotchy yellow discoloration, bending, just looking really limp and weak. I don't like that. And no one should, and it's from powdery mildew. So the sage bush is still saging. I've got red potatoes in here. And this is the second planting of potatoes. So this isn't all that I have, but I did decide to use this bed instead of all 3 beds for peppers. A funny story with the peppers. We'll get there. But yes, so I believe these are all red potatoes. Maybe not, because I think these are all from the store. I can't remember. I cannot remember what I planted here. But I know it's taters. And they're here. They're here. They're doing great. And then, so I've got this big old, huge collard plant that I let go to seed. And I'm thinking within the next week or so, I'm going to go ahead and pull the plant. And I'm going to let these seeds dry out. And when they start to rattle, I'm going to harvest them. I'll store them. But I'm just going to let that stay there for maybe about a week longer. So the peppers. Every seedling that I started on the inside either was knocked over by my kids, mangled by the animals, something that's not a pepper plant. I've been thinking these were pepper plants since the beginning of spring. They're not. It's a weed. Got a little bit of mildew. I mean, you can tell it's just been so wet. But, okay, so in the last tour video, I told you guys that I was going to, I was thinking about chaos sowing peppers because I couldn't keep anything alive in the house due to the children. So, I threw them out here. This is what I have. You guys, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I threw so many seeds out because I was like, I don't even know if they weren't stored right. They were just literally on the counter. I just put them out here, y'all. I just threw them out here. Of course, amended the bed, got it plantable, and yeah, we got peppers everywhere. So I'm gonna thin them out for sure. I'm gonna create a little more organization, but some of them that are stuck together, like I do want this bed full of peppers. I'll transplant some from here to here. And then maybe even a few in the holes here. I've seeded some things and they hadn't come up yet. So, you know, I'm not gonna hold on to it, but I'm thinking I might put a few pepper plants in there, in those holes. And so the volunteer mint, don't we love it? It's doing its thing. It's minting. It's minting. I'm here for it. I believe it's all spearmint. I do think some chocolate mint got in here, but I'm okay with it. Most of it is spearmint, and I drink spearmint tea daily. So, a volunteer garlic. I pulled all of the volunteer onions except those two over there, I believe. Fig tree. The fig. Hey, girl. I mean, she doing her thing, right? Like, she's come all the way back. Last tour, I cut her down to the nub. And that was about 2 weeks ago. So I'm proud of her. The grapes, right? So I had to like trim it back a little bit because of powdery mildew. Either that or wilt. I think it's powdery mildew because it's literally riddled everything. But since I trimmed it back and sprayed, you can see, I mean, the leaves are nice and strong now. And we're even getting some new growth. So, y'all's prayers worked. Look at that, new growth. We've got this planter with lettuce. We've got arugula that is going to seed, and I'm gonna take those seeds. We've got sage in here and calendula, and it's getting eaten. So I did put some diatomaceous earth out, and then it rained for days. So I've just been dealing, you know. We've got black-eyed Susan here in this container. I'll find somewhere cute to put it. And we've got oregano in this container. It's doing its thing. These are the 2 volunteers that I haven't pulled yet, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'll probably get it tonight because, see, this is powdery mildew here. The leaves are, you know, leaning over, hanging on by a thread, shriveling up and wilting at the top, discolored. Now, they will normally bend. Once they start getting thick and heavy, they'll bend, you know. But this is not the case here, and it's obvious. So, I'm just going to pull it on up. Look at that. Look at the root. Not very much root growth. Like, it's just, you know. I'm going to go ahead and get this one too. Look, crusted, dried up, shriveled up, juicing. Like, it's even though the neck of it isn't soft, because normally I like to wait until they kind of topple over. But the neck isn't soft or anything, but I'm just gonna go ahead and take it because, okay, this bad boy here, ugh, because I've got all the rest of them. Now, you can tell that this one wasn't as badly riddled with powdery mildew, but it definitely was. Definitely was. That's a good onion, yeah. It's a good size. I'll come back for those. So the this chard here, for one, is going to seed. I did snap it and trick it into producing a little bit more. The chickens really eat this. I do, but the chickens mainly. So it's very pretty. It grows so tall and lovely. I love having chard in my garden. It's wonderful. But the chickens love it. Every time I'm out here, they're like, "Where's my stuff, girl?" More garlic. This whole bed is filled with garlic. So this should be ready by July. I'm hoping July. I think I planted it in October. So I'm gonna let it stay. I don't care if there's no leaves on it. It's staying. It's staying until July. But, you know, it happens, and this is a season of learning. Very saddened by it, but, you know. So we've got a blood orange here. This is a new addition. She hasn't put on very much growth, but I love her. And that's that. And so next to it, we got her sister. Looks like she's getting a little bit of probably some mildew issues or rust even. Something like that. And this baby has been through it, okay? She died back during the Arctic storm. Ooh, this bag is dry. How? How is it dry? Well, it's not just dry, but it's too dry for me. That's the thing with these bags and like trees, is that they dry out so fast. I really need like a drip system to put in here so they can just continuously get moisture. And that may be an issue too. It may be too dry and causing that. So there's that. But this is a variegated pink flesh lemon tree. And I love her. My mother got her for me, and I appreciate it. We got Mama Lemon right here. This is a Meyer. She has some fruit on her. Some fruit has fallen off, and then she started to bloom more. So I really, I need to up the ante with the nitrogen, because it seems as though she may be lacking either. Normally that's why when it can't hold the fruit, it'll put on a ton of blooms and can't hold the fruit. And, you know, it's lacking some nutrients. So I'll get on that. But she's got new growth, tons of new growth, tons of new blooms, and hopefully we'll get some stuff from her. We got more calendula over here, and nasturtiums. Oh, we got more grapes over here. These were doing great, and then over the past couple of days, I've just noticed a little more, a little kind of weepiness and all of the same symptoms that the other grape was having with powdery mildew. So I immediately sprayed, immediately checked the soil, treated the soil for like fungus or anything like that with a little bit of um, peroxide. And she seems to be bouncing back. So she's getting eaten. Something's feasting. But we got grapes. Look at it. I'm excited for this. This is a second year plant. So, go us. I'm really excited about that. We've got raspberries here. They're doing wonderfully. They're so bushy and they are so invasive. They're literally everywhere, getting weed-eated and everything, and still coming back with a vengeance. Look at them. Just all on the outside of the bin. They're everywhere, but we got lots of berries, and I think we will get another set of fruit from these. So thanks for all the rain. Yeah, so I'll just flop around this way. We got the key lime that got a lot of damage to it. I mean, I had to cut it all the way back, and I didn't cut it back as far as I should have, but it's doing great. I just hate to have to start all the way over. I've got another calendula there that I had to transplant because it was getting eaten. We've got more chard going to seed. That one's going to seed. I'm going to let it go to seed. But I guarantee you I'll have chard over here for I don't know how long. Got a lavender plant there. Wonderful. And I did spray this too just because I didn't want it to, get anything. And then not be able to eat it. Like, these are pretty much overdone anyway. They need to come off, but I feel like they had some dark spots on them and stuff like that, and so I feel like they were getting a little bit sick. The same thing. I also have carrots here. Look, raspberry. Raspberry. We got another damaged lemon Meyer, and it's coming back beautifully, and it's got some lemons on it. We got goji berry, sorry. Goji berry here. And these do 5 gallons. I don't know if it's just the rain that has caused all these weeds. I really need a weed eat. But I don't know if it's all the rain that's caused a lot of this yellowing. I know it's getting eaten, but it's a lot of yellowing going on too. But we do have blooms. And this is the first year I planted these out this year. And it looks like we even got some that's been pollinated. I'm happy for it. What else I love to watch go to seed is sage. I love it. It's pretty. I love purple flowers. They're my favorite. I got this hibiscus the other day that I was at the nursery just for no reason, and I really need to get it somewhere. You see the leaves are yellowing. So I got to get that in there. And then I've got stevia here amongst these onions. And we will talk about the onions, honey. But we got stevia there. It's strong, y'all. I got lemon balm right here. This bed is full of and being taken over by oregano. And I pick and give it to the chickens. You know, they don't really like it just to like eat off of. And I didn't even think that they were finicky like that, but they don't take it well, just eating it sort of raw. But I put it in their water every day. So I pick from this almost every day. Put it in their water. I put it in their fermented feed, and I think it does wonders for them. I also just store it dry, and I make oils and tinctures with it. I love oregano. The green beans. Now, look how long this is, y'all. These are supposed to be bush. But look how they're doing it. And I know they normally kind of come out like that, but this much? Like, that's a lot. I'm like, I wonder if I put a trellis there. If it'll trellis up, like maybe I should put those like little small bamboo tomato stakes in here and like make a teepee out of it and see what it does, huh? Maybe kind of like keep it off of the oregano. I don't know. I love beans though. Love them. So, onion. Problem children. These are much better than the ones over there that I'll get to. I planted these, and my daughter planted the other ones. These were planted too deep. So I noticed them starting to rot. I went in and immediately kind of like pulled them up towards the surface, and I saved them, right? Fertilized them, like got them back healthy, and now powdery mildew. And so I'm thinking because these are off of the ground, there aren't very many weeds around. That's why these aren't as bad off as the other bed. But I've had to pull some of those onions over there because it's so bad. And it's so wet. You can see the green fungus throughout the bed. Throughout the garden, you can see the green fungus. So, yeah, I will cry over these onions. I brought them back, and now I've been keeping them sprayed. And so what I figured out, the trick is to get the leaves that are like doing this, get that off. Just take that off, and this will get a little water in it, but it most of the time will seal back up and close off. But get that off. Get anything with a little bit of mildew on it off. Don't throw it in your ground like I just did, but get it off and make sure the new growth is sprayed. Once the fungus has started to take over or get on a leaf, it's no bringing that leaf back. It's no bringing that leaf. It's no bringing that back. This isn't going to get better. So it's got to go, or else it'll keep spreading throughout. And that's what I've been doing. It is just putting in that little thing over there. Same thing with the rust on the strawberries. But making sure that this new growth here, this new growth is sprayed. And like I said, I'll insert a clip of what I spray because I can't really pronounce how to say it. Dacal, I can't remember. Dacanol. I think that might be it right there, Dacanol. But just remembering to keep up with that and tend to your garden. You know, come out and take the things off that need to be taken off. You know, fertilize when needed to, whatever. Just doing what you need to do to make sure you bring in your crop is what's most important. So I've been smelling like onion almost every day. There's that. These onions are far better off than the onions that I'll take you to. So strawberries. Strawberries have been putting out, baby. They have been putting out. They have been getting eaten. They have rust. It's just so wet. It's been raining so much. And I'm in zone 7B, and so it is humid as all get out. It rains like crazy, and then it get hot that afternoon, like 80s. And we're in May, 80s, upper 80s even. See all of that? It's crazy. So I'm fighting, y'all. I'm fighting. I don't know if I'm winning the battle, but I'm fighting, baby. I've got some first years over here. These are pine berries. So those are the berries that'll stay white. And I think I see a little bloom. A couple. I'll be glad when I can taste those. I did have some volunteers on the sides down there. And I transplanted. Look, this one's going to do it. That one's going to root. But I transplanted them over to the berries. To the blueberries. I got a blueberry here. When I got the plant, it was bare. Okay, it was nothing on it. I was just trying to save it, and I got it for like $5. Blueberries kick my butt just like onion. But we're going to keep on trying, babe. We're going to keep on trying. So I had to bag the berries because, I mean, the slugs and the snails in this bed, crazy. As soon as the berries hit the soil, they start to decompose. Crazy. You know, it's a lot. Start a garden, they said. I've got several runners all throughout. And I've never been the type to clip any runners or anything. I just kind of let them do what they're going to do. And I have patience. I wait. I visit my farmer's market. I do all of that jazz. So, hi, Daddy. I guess he's going to join the tour. So, cucumbers. I planted those here a couple weeks ago, and they're doing great. I really need to get them trellised, though. They're not going to stay on the ground like that. We waiting on Daddy for that. But those will be trellised. They're doing great. We're getting some tendrils on there. And I've been preventive as far as the powdery mildew over here. Also got cucumber here. And I'm going to try these on the string trellis. I had tomato here last year. And it was great. It was cool. Powdery mildew. Didn't really understand what that was then because it's my first year in this garden. So I was like, man, and it was more towards the end. It wasn't immediately like right now. It's towards the end of the season. So, but we just put this like twine, like plastic, like fishing liney stuff. I don't know the name of it. And he put it into the bed. This is what is this? 1x6? 1x6 bed. Cucumber here. These are all pickling cucumbers. And they are trellised and fine. I was wondering if this was like too small, too like thin of a wire, or not wire, but like, you know, I keep calling it twine. So that's what it's going to be, twine. I was wondering if it would like have problems climbing, but I've been sort of wrapping it around too and helping it climb, and it's been doing great. And we got a little one. Look at that. I just seen it. You go, girl. I guess all the plants in my garden are girls. Dun, dun, dun. Problem children. Look at this. Look at that, Lord. Ugh. Why? They're leaning over. They're not doing great. not doing great. They're doing horrible. But we're gonna try to nurse them back to health. I've been over here picking them off, spraying them down. We get a heavy, heavy, heavy rain, and it's just nothing. This we're just surviving at this point. But it's like every day. And these are bulbing wonderfully, though. They're bulbing greatly. Some of them have bolted already, but even though they bolt, I let them stay. So normally I just cut them up and freeze them. Oh, that's a good one. I wish you could see it how I can. That's a pretty good one. But I guess I just gotta keep at it. But see, that's new growth. And so now we're waiting for more new growth. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what. I guess I could have started as soon as it started getting super rainy all the time and stuff and super humid, warming up in the fashion that it does here in Arkansas. Then I should have started spraying. But I just didn't know. I also didn't know that powdery mildew will affect onion. I did not know that. So we're going to call this a learning season. My other bed is pretty much torn up. Same thing. I've had to pull like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 from over there. But this is what we got, y'all. This is what we got.